Once a training program has been designed, it needs to be implemented. Implementation is beset with certain problems. In the first place, most managers are action oriented and frequently say they are too busy to engage in training efforts. Secondly, availability of trainers is a problem. In addition to possessing communication skills, the trainer must know the company's philosophy, its objectives, its formal and informal organizations, and the goals of the training program. Training and development requires a higher degree of creativity than any other personal specialty. Scheduling training around the present work is another problem. How to schedule training without disrupting regular work? There is also the problem of record keeping about the performance of a trainee during his or her training period. This information may be useful to evaluate the progress of the trainee in the company. Program implementation involves action on the following lines: deciding the location and organizing training and other facilities, scheduling the training program, conducting the program, monitoring the progress of the trainees. Evaluation of the program is the last stage in the training and development process. Since huge sums of money are spent on training and development, how far the program has been useful must be judged or determined. Evaluation helps determine the results of the training and development program. In practice, firms either overlook or lack facilities for evaluation. The need for evaluation. The main objective of evaluating the training program is to determine if they are accomplishing specific training objectives, that is, correcting the performance deficiencies. A second reason for evaluation is to ensure that any changes in trainee capabilities are due to the training program and not due to any other condition. Training programs should be evaluated to determine their cost effectiveness. Evaluation is useful to explain program failure. Finally, credibility of training and development is greatly enhanced when it is proved that the firm has benefited tangibly from it. Principles of evaluation must be based on the following. Evaluation specialists must be clear about the goals and purposes of evaluation. Evaluation must be continuous. Evaluation must be specific. Evaluation must provide the means and focus for trainers to be able to appraise themselves, their practices, and their products. Evaluation must be based on objective methods and standards. Realistic target dates must be set for each phase of the evaluation process. A sense of urgency must be developed, but deadlines that are unreasonably high will result in poor evaluation. The criteria for evaluation are training validity. Did the trainees learn during training? Transfer validity. What has been learned in training? Has it been transferred on the job? Has it enhanced performance in the workplace? Intra-organizational validity is the performance of the new group of trainees for which the training program was developed consistent with the performance of the original training group. Inter-organizational validity. Can a training program validated in one firm be used successfully in another company? These questions often result in different evaluation techniques. Several techniques of evaluations are being used in the firms. It may be stated that the usefulness of the methods is inversely proportional to the ease with which the evaluation can be done. One approach towards evaluation is to use experimental and control group. Each group is randomly selected, one to receive training and the other not to receive training. The random selection helps to assure the formation of groups quite similar to each other. Measures are taken of the relevant indicators of success before and after training for both groups. If the gains demonstrated by the experimental groups are better than those control group, the training program is labeled as successful. Another method of training evaluation involves longitudinal or time series analysis. Measurements are taken before the program begins and are continued during and after the program is completed. These results are plotted on a graph to determine whether the changes have occurred and remain as a result of the training effort. To further validate that change has occurred as a result of training and not due to some other variable, a control group may be included. One simple method of evaluation is to send a questionnaire to the trainees after the completion of the program to obtain their opinions about the program's worth. Their opinions could also be obtained through interviews. A variation of this method is to measure the knowledge or skills that employees possess at the commencement and completion of a training. If the measurement reveals that the results after the training are satisfactory, then the training may be taken as successful. In order to conduct a thorough evaluation of a training program, it is important to assess the costs and benefits associated with the program. This is a difficult task but is useful in convincing the management about the usefulness of training. Some of the costs that should be measured for a training program include need assessment costs, salaries of the training department staff, purchase of equipment like computers, videos, handouts, program development costs, evaluation costs, trainers costs, rental facilities, trainee wages during the training period. The benefits to be compared with the cost are rupee payback associated with the improvement in trainees' performance, their behavioral change, and the longevity of the period during which the benefits would last. Evaluation of training by using any or all of the above techniques can take place at 4 levels: reaction, learning, behavior, and results. The 4 levels of training form a hierarchy, meaning that lower levels are requisites for higher levels. In other words, if one of the lower level measures is not affected, then those measures that follow it will not be affected as well. Reaction measures whether the employees appreciated the training and the facilities. It is usually measured by the questionnaire. Learning measures whether the employees know more than they did prior to the undergoing training. Series of tests help identify learning. Behavior measures what employees do on the job after the training. Behavioral impact is measured through performance appraisal. Evaluation of results looks at the overall outcomes of the training and the impact that the training has on productivity, efficiency, quality, customer service, or any other dimension. This can be measured by sales figures, production, consumer survey, or any other means that corresponds to the firm's performance measures. Closed-loop system may be observed as the model suggests that a training program should be a closed-loop system in which the evaluation process provides for continual modification of the program. The information may become available at several stages in the evaluation process. For example, an effective monitoring program might show that the training program has not been implemented as originally planned. In other instances, different conclusions might be supported by comparing data obtained from the evaluation of training. In addition, even when the training program achieves its stated objectives, there are always developments that can affect the program, including the new training techniques or characteristics of trainees. Obviously, the development of training programs needs to be viewed as a continuously evolving process.